Good afternoon, good evening, everyone, and welcome to more Link to the Past Season 6 Randomizer League Week 5 Ganon Hunt, Champions Ganon Hunt. We have SaHa's Kids versus your mom's favorite rando team, Pi representing SaHa's Kids, Gamachu representing your mom's favorite rando team. My name is Tracy M. With me today is Lana Bean. How you doing, Lana?
Doing fantastic. How about yourself?
Doing good. Okay, so this week's mode has been interesting. It's definitely been volatile and definitely caused some strong feelings in different ways. But one thing's for sure, it's been a fun week of racing, at least for us as viewers.
It's one of those things that's like the game gives you certain things to finish the seed and then just stops giving it to you and gives you different ways. And that's one of the reasons why I've kind of nicknamed this mode Illusion of Choice.
I like it. I like illusion of choice. I think I might have used some term like that in chat earlier today. But yeah, because you could be going on one goal and then suddenly the other goal's available. What are the goals? We are in a Triforce hunt, but not your traditional Triforce hunt.
Exactly. We're looking for 2 out of 3 Triforce pieces, and we know where they all are. One of them is locked in Ganon's Tower, locked behind 5 crystals, and possibly more. Looks like a bow, and okay,
Nice
good
first item.
Good start. So we got one of the Triforce pieces in Ganon's Tower, one of the Triforce pieces at Pyramid Fairy, and the other one on the pedestal. And that was a 5/6 at Desert or Hira and Eastern, wasn't it?
I did not even see the map check. So
Those are, oh my god.
I'm sure our tracker Kefka will get it taken care of momentarily.
And the only other issue for these runners is it is a big key shuffle, so we do not have big keys right now.
Yep, and of course the Ganon's Tower big key does turn out to be in the big chest of Ganon's Tower, thus always not available. Those of you that might have missed it, Tam the other day showed us after they finished their race, went to Ganon's Tower in a glitchy sort of way, and showed that to us. So
I did not know that. That's awesome. Yeah. All right, looks like it's just $20. Not going to worry about Lumberjack for that. Okay, that was a pendant at Desert and 5/6 at Eastern and Hira. That's pretty good.
All right, I do like Gamma's starting play. I do like the early, let's just go do the castle checks, because we have a sword, we have a weapon to do this, and it's really hard to get back to that later. Pi's going to skip the heart over in the Lost Woods. Probably fine, although for whatever reason, it feels like a lot of these seats start out low health. I've seen a few Agate Tower climbs with 3-4 hearts this week, so, I mean, in the long run, it'll be fine. Hopefully it doesn't hurt him in the short run.
Absolutely, and we get a Samaria out of the drop-down in Lost Woods.
Yeah, that's a item we might need. Strangely enough, we might not need it. I mean, not that can't happen in a regular seed, but it's pretty rare when that happens in a regular seed. Here, you know, if Mire and Turtle Rock are dungeons we don't want to do, and if the GT Triforce piece is not on the right side, don't really need a cane.
Not wrong. We'll see what those other 2 pendants are. We know what our 5/6 goal is, but we need the big keys to both those dungeons. Those are not dungeons you could beat without getting those big keys.
I would beg to differ if we get a hook shot. Hera is beatable. Eastern hard requires that big key. And then true. Pendant Desert, yeah, we would need a big key, but we don't know if we're doing pendants or not. Maybe if the other pendants, yeah, give me non-mitts pendants. I'm still looking for that mittless seed.
Oh my
those
gosh.
red crystals are pretty good if Eastern Big Key decides to show up. Those are pretty good pendants. Sorry, pretty good red crystals. We don't know our other pendants yet.
Yeah, if pendants are in 2 readily accessible Dark World dungeons, the mitts, yeah, very optional, maybe. Probably not.
Let's have like a pod and a Skullwoods or even Thieves Town. We know we can just do once we get Dark World access. So
gonna need the big key too.
No. Pod with the pod big key or Skullwoods with the fire rod.
We did get, speaking of, a glove in at the well, so not bad.
No, we got at least one glove. Yeah, I don't think there was much in the escape for Gamma, but doesn't have to worry about it later, which is nice.
Very likely that Pi does that as well at some point, so I don't see them skipping it too long. Gamma's going to go ahead and say, yes, please. That is a full heart.
Yeah, grab that full heart. Going to get that cane. Have we seen anything else? That we got a glove and a cane so far in Kakariko. That's not a whole lot.
No,
And the bow was just in Link's house, so we're pretty slim so far on our progression.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, there's a big key.
One of the first big keys.
Be Eastern.
Gonna be Skull.
Or Meyer.
Or we're both wrong, it's fine.
I wasn't guessing it was Eastern. I was trying to wish it into reality.
Fair enough.
Okay, we're not gonna grab that 20 rupees on the race game.
Yeah, imagine Pi is going to be heading towards either Escape or more likely South Shore at this point. Well, with the bow that he just got, I guess.
Okay. For a moment there, I thought he was gonna go east. But nope. We're just gonna go do South Shore. Looks like this might be... No, okay. No, it's just gonna be the traditional, do the dam, and then do, Mini Moldorm.
Yeah, I thought so for a second. Mini Moldorm into Ice Ride Cave. Maybe some fake flipper checks, and then head back south maybe and do the dam into Agina.
Yeah, chat suggested that Pi might have been thinking Easter, and then it was like, wait a minute, I need a big key. And turned around, so...
So this is not a terribly long mode. We generally end up finishing the seeds around an hour.
Yeah, the long races go about 90 minutes. Oh, hey, another big key. Come on, Eastern. You know you want to be Eastern. Nope. Well, Harris and Logic once we get the mountain axes. Which, you know, we could do right now with just the glove, but technically we need a lamp or a flute to actually put it in Logic.
And I need a hook shot, a mirror, or hammer.
Yep. Little details like that, you know.
Details, yeah. We're going to find it all in Mini Moldorm. It's fine. Okay, per structural bind, the seed cannot be longer than 80 minutes by law, so both these two are not breaking the law here.
Alright, Moon Pearl and Mini Moldorm, and not a whole lot else, but that Moon Pearl, we kind of need that, so...
Yeah, I can imagine another glove or a hammer is not going to be too far off. These seeds tend to like hiding the hammer, though, so I suspect it'll just give them mitts.
Yeah, I've definitely seen Agassiz and Mitt seeds and... Okay, so Pi with only 137 rupees could do some of the flipper stuff, is not going to be able to afford Zora, which is the one thing that's in Logic. This is where, without the Zora money, this is where I like to do a water walk into checking. I prefer not to do it with half a heart. But anyway, do the water walk, check the ledge, do the ferry, and then come back into the whirlpool to get the man under the bridge.
Yeah, I like that route. That's not bad at all.
Just, you know, if your Pi don't get hit, because half a heart.
And here's the thing. You really do want to scout that ledge right now, because if you know how to do it, you've got a bow, you've got bombs, and if you know how, you can get that ledge item.
Did you see what was on Lake Hylia Island? Because I sure didn't.
I thought it was money, but I could have been mistaken. Chat, what did we not see?
Hey, look, flippers in back of Escape. All this stuff's in Logic.
It's okay, chat. You can calm down now. We're back in Logic. That's fine.
Yeah, probably gonna go ahead and do this fake flipper. I don't like this order because fake flipper is really, really slow. And if you do it the other way around, you can do it much faster.
And if you inadvertently jump off wrong, you can end up soft locking the game too.
Yeah. All right, so Gamanchu is going to do Dark Cross in the dark. Which makes sense since he's already done the front.
Okay, what do we got at Waterfall? Well, we're not going to find out yet. Got to walk back out and back in.
And heart piece in Dark Cross, so those slippers, the only thing of relevance in any of the castle checks. Oh, hi, Mitz. Well,
We're not even going to bother going to checking the
nope,
ledge.
not gonna check. Yeah, it's...
You're there.
Yeah, I would check it. Now, let's see, is he gonna get his flippers now? He's gonna get his flippers now.
I mean, if it's a hook shot or a hammer, you're in great shape. It's probably not, but oh my gosh, I think you do scout that ledge. And it is in logic too, as we know.
He doesn't know that. It does get your favorite item, getting that shield.
Oh, Tracy. Shields are evil. Evil. Alright, well, Pie's gonna be in logic.
Now, I imagine he probably doesn't go to Dark Cross right now, mainly because of he hasn't done the front of escape, but we'll see. Yeah, okay, yeah, not gonna do Dark Cross. We'll probably do it with the front of escape, if and when he does that. Gamma wants to see what's on the desert ledge, is gonna do Aegina, and then probably do the rest of South Shore, which means he's gonna be a little bit behind getting into the Dark World. Actually, maybe not, because Pi looks like he wants to do the castle stuff now before going into the Dark World. And in both cases, these plays make sense. Gamma, having those slippers, wants money to do Zora. Pi, let's face it, Dark World access through the glove. Not anybody's favorite Dark World access. If you can get something better, which, you know, he's not gonna get anything better. But hey, we're gonna try. And Gamma might get something better because he'll be able to not only look at, but he'll be able to pick up the thing on the ledge. He's not going to get enough money to pay off Zora, though.
I did get rewarded with the blue potion, so it ends up being a pretty decent decision given your health.
I mean, if you're going to get a potion, having the blue one is really nice.
Unfortunately,
as opposed to beads and bottles and such.
Gonna give that time back to Gamachu. Plus, Gamachu does have that Aegina check, like you said. So I think you're probably just going to get a Zora ledge check and then just go straight to Dark World for Gamma.
Yeah, unless the 300 is on the ledge, which is always fun when you have the 300, you know, the money on the ledge to go back around to get Zora, because yeah, it's really, really slow.
It is, and I don't see either of these two doing SaHa Eastern check at this point.
Nah, not when you already have Dark World access. I mean, if they had the Eastern Big Key, then yeah, you're absolutely heading. Well, heck, if you had the Eastern Big Key, you'd already have done Eastern.
Yeah, exactly. I think you go for density, you go for Skullwoods, you go for Village of Outcasts, you go for South Dark World, and you got Flippers, so logically Todd is very much a thing as well.
Yeah, maybe by the time you get to Pod, you'll have some more stuff for it.
Exactly.
And or for Eastern.
Exactly. It's the kind of mode you don't need to worry about having small keys. Just gotta find that pesky big key if the game wants to give it to you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that was close. That was... No, what? I did not see what was on that ledge there. Or floating, or Highly Island.
Once again, yeah, I didn't see it the first time, and I wasn't even looking for it the second time. Oh, okay. Chat saying a bottle. Yeah, okay, that makes sense from what I saw the first time. Having only being able to see the side. Unfortunately, those 20 rupees is not quite gonna get Gamma up to Zora money.
Even if Gamachu were to go to Houlihan, you'd be just short right now.
Alright, Pi about to get that heart piece here in Dark Cross. Gamma gets his mitts. And we're about to see what's on this ledge. Just 20 rupees.
Well, Pie's not going to miss that too much.
Nope. If there's something on Zora and or catfish, and we get, if it's catfish with the mirror, might make it a little more incentivized for Pi to go back to that area because of the, just because he's got the, they'll have 3 checks instead of just 2.
And Tracy, I stand corrected. Look what Gamma's doing.
I know. Well, if it's a big key to Eastern here. In this mode, I might even talk to Saha, find out what that green pendant is. See, there's your Zora money. And a big key, too. Dark Palace. Okay, well,
Ooh.
close.
Good play. Just need that hammer. Okay, we got a pendant at Pod. Did not see what that third one was.
Oh, see? Here we go. We've already got the mitts, though. This could have been the mittless seed. We have the right pendant crystal layout for the mittless seed.
Thieves Town Green. Thank you, chat.
But it ain't happening today. Because we already have mitts.
It's our Dark World. Womp womp.
Oh, well. We need the mitts for Dark World.
On the upside, decent pendant red pistol.
It's still a fantastic crystal pendant layout. The hardest thing to get is gonna be the access to desert. We'll either need a book, which does like to show up in dumb places, or the flute mirror combination. But yeah, depending on the items, this is the kind of pendant crystal layout I want to see in this mode.
Exactly. And Pie's got to hope for like a mirror or something like that. Go to Pod area, mirror, check Saha, and go, oh, okay.
Okay, so if we're gonna be able to do reds and pendants, we're gonna need an Eastern big key. We're gonna need the hammer, obviously. We're gonna need a Thieves Town big key. And we're gonna need access to desert in one form or another. That's actually not that far from go mode at 16 minutes in. Now, the game's probably gonna say no, because it usually does. And it'll be something else. Meanwhile, a heart container in Skullwoods.
And I think we need, hook or mirror for further in the mountains. So, we're getting there for items for sure.
Yeah.
Speaking of the book.
For desert. We need a desert big key as well. And a mushroom, because everybody wants a mushroom. Oh yeah, and FYI, we'll have to ask these guys after the game in the interview, but the indications are that Gamma has not played any of these yet, and that Pi has played one of these. So. That's okay. They know how to play Link to the Past in general. They'll be fine.
Yeah, as long as they set up their trackers correctly, they're fine. Okay, Gamma not coming up with too much out of Skullwoods.
No, we got a heart container. I think that's it. Meanwhile, let's see if we can dig anything up. Nice single rupee. Ugh.
26 things, I think, for a rupee. Oh my gosh.
Okay, heart piece. We don't care about the cape. Yeah, Gamma's been fairly thorough so far.
Yeah, I think the big keys are kind of scaring him, I think.
Now, Pi picking up the Smith. I'm not sure I agree with this, because I'd want to take this to Pod if I don't get anything. And you can't do that if you have the Smith in tow.
Yeah, it kind of tells us what his plans are.
Yeah, but on the other hand, he also doesn't have that Pod big key yet that Gamma has.
Right, so if there ends up being something, say a catfish, and he goes for it, and Gamma skips it for a while, could be good for Pi.
Blue cane in the chest cam. I'm going to assume that Pi has that as well.
Yeah, I think he cleared out the entirety of outcasts. I don't think he scouted Bumper, but...
Yeah, he didn't do Bumper. That Gamma did Bumper, but... I mean... You don't have the cape yet, and you don't have a mirror to pair it with Graveyard Ledge. I think I kind of like skipping it for now better. Oh, hey, we got a heart out. Oh, we got Sank Heart out of Hype Cave. Does that, like, tick it up like 1/10% or something? Because otherwise, that was absolute trash.
Yeah, unless you need a bomb refill or a health refill, which technically Pi did need that health. It wasn't a great cave.
No, it really wasn't. Okay, so is this planned catfish now? Because you're not taking the froggy into pod. This is not cross keys.
Pyramid catfish, most likely.
Pyramid catfish, yeah, that makes sense. Every once in a while, you'll see someone play that primarily likes to play cross keys. Will grab the frog, try and take him into a dungeon, and be very sad. Also of note, he could. Yeah, the funny thing is actually, usually you'll go to a dungeon with the smith, and they'll be like, "Nope, you can't do this." But if you try and do that in this mode, if you try to do this with pod, the smith will just disappear when Kiki shows up. Oh, nice location for the lamp.
That's logical access to 2 checks on Death Mountain too.
Yep.
But yeah, the only dungeon you can actually enter legally with the smith in a non-cross keys is what Skullwoods from the drop down, I think.
Yeah, I think you can do it from the drop down, which is why there's kind of the same mechanic as if you do the they do the Ganon fight with the smith.
He's just taking the frog in a world tour here. I don't see Gamma doing this. You got that pod big key. I could see Gamma gambling on maybe going to Pyramid and straight into pod, because that lamp also puts a lot more pod in logic.
Like, with the lamp plus the big key, we could do everything but Helma. Because still need a hammer. And you know what? We've seen a few hammers hanging out in pods, so... Can we maybe we see that again?
And he got that bombos from SaHa's, so could just find like a fire rod or something like that.
No, he's gonna grab the smith as well, so okay.
That's surprising, okay.
Yeah, I thought Gamma might prioritize pod having that big key, but is choosing not to.
He's being thorough. Could be gambling on execution advantage to be able to get through this.
I mean, it's hard to say anything about leads at this point, given that we have no pendants and no crystals between our runners.
Yeah, only difference right now is the pod big key for Gamachu.
That and we don't even have a dungeon we can beat.
No. we got a desert.
Not even out of logic.
We can go into desert, but we can't beat it. We can go up the mountain, but not very far. We can go into pod, but not beat it.
Yep. Okay, that's a nice to-be-determined item over there at the Smith with that Quake medallion.
As Gamachu gets monumentally disappointed.
Okay, it's not going to continue on to the Pyramid or Catfish, so it's not going to get that lamp yet.
And that's not bad. You got flippers, right? You turn in your Smith, and at that point you decide if you're doing Purple Chest, or maybe you're just heading east from North Dark World, and you get Catfish out of the way. Maybe route in Pyramid of Pod.
Yeah, I mean, that's a perfectly good route. And Pi hasn't done the Skullwoods area yet, so he's going to do that now.
Gonna get a hard container, I think, and I think that's it.
I think the other two items are in the back. Or maybe in the big chest. We haven't seen the big key yet. Skullwoods is this funny dungeon that requires 3 small keys logically, which means potentially the Skullwoods big key can be logically required, because, the small key likes to hang out in the big chest sometimes.
Yay, logic.
I mean, it's only really significant. I mean, it is something to keep track of, just because if you start going into GT looking for crystal progression, you have to remember that you have to have 5 crystals available, logically, for things in the other 2 crystals to be in GT. So knowing whether that Skullwood's big key is a logical necessity or not can be important. All right, looks like Gamma's going to do what you suggested. Going to go ahead and hit Catfish. And maybe the Pyramid get that lamp on the way.
And we know that 5 crystals is very likely to be it for these runners, because very likely you're going to have your 5 6s done with this loadout.
Unless the Eastern Big Key decides it just doesn't want to show up.
Yeah,
Which,
exactly.
You know what? I mean, it happens.
It could do.
It is a thing. There was a race I called last night where, if the Meyer Big Key had just shown up, it would have saved the runners a whole lot of time. And the Meyer Big Key was nowhere to be found. And Gamma's already planning on this being nothing.
Rightfully so.
And he's right. Yeah, we already knew that.
Okay, looks like we're probably going to get a Pyramid into pod play, I'm thinking, Tracy, because...
Yep.
I mean, what do we have? 2 checks on Death Mountain and a couple checks in Desert?
Yeah, pod is our densest area. And Gamma has that big key, so he gets an extra check out of it. Pi doing the purple chest does not have that big key yet.
For all we know, Gamma could get a first crystal completion, or pendant, I should say.
Our first dungeon. We'll call it a dungeon. It's a dungeon completion. If the Hammer decides to be here, we'll see. Hammer could definitely be here. It's not like that hasn't happened a few times this week already.
In this mode, we don't mind beating pendant, as long as you can do 3 of them.
Right.
And none of them are Turtle Rocket Miner.
Alright, let's see what's in the purple chest. No mirror, so we have to walk with it.
Imagine
no hook shot.
Imagine if it's a flute. Alright, you don't want a flute either, I don't think, at this point.
And you definitely don't want that 20 rupees. Oh, we're gonna go into Desert. Okay, if you're gonna turn the purple chest, I like this as the follow-up play.
Yeah, me too. Good play. Pi still has not gone to Saha, has not gotten Bombos or... Oh god, Ice Palace.
Yeah, Ice Palace. Yeah, Gamma's got Hammerless Ice Palace. Anyone want to go to Hammerless Ice? I know I don't.
Hammerless 5 it is. Like I said, at least that only locks 1 check. You're guaranteed to get, what, 6 items, I think, here?
I mean, 5 if the last item's on Helma, but yeah.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
It could be 6. But we're going to get a bunch of small keys first, because that's how pod works.
And Pi is going to be the first with, or not the first, he's going to get Zora money.
Alright, so so when you have this big key, small key, not shuffle, big key, shuffle, small key, not, makes Desert a little more interesting, because the small key could just be in the big chest.
It can be. You're not guaranteed more than 2 checks.
And we're only guaranteed both checks because we get boots to start the game with. And it's just a bug net. Not going to pick that up.
Disrespecting.
I'm good with not picking up the bug net. This isn't swordless.
Oh, if Gamma sees that, you know he's picking them up.
Alright, we got both items, and the small key has to be in the big chest. Now, there was some discussion in previous race, do you steal the key from the back? I mean, and I think that's what we're doing. Oh, hi, other bow. It's not even bow locked.
The memes.
Oh, no, yeah, it's because the small key was in the first chest. Not even bow locked.
Did you miss the first bow in Link's house? It's fine. We got you. It's fine.
Yeah, chat suggesting don't steal the small key. I mean, it's a pendant. You're going to get the big key before you finish it anyway. But yeah, it's really slow to steal that key. And there's only 1 more item. The item might just be on land mode. If you really feel really bad to steal the small key and get a map and compass.
Yeah, it's a time thing.
Gamma setting up for a death warp. Gets a small key.
Thankful that it's not a mirror.
Yeah. I've definitely seen that. We get ourselves down to the death warp, to the easy death warp, and then the mirror shows up, and it's like, well, I might as well just death warp anyway.
Or your full heart naturally from like a quarter heart piece from a random chest you're death warping next to, and the game's like, nope, not so fast. We got a mushroom turn in.
Oh yeah, that's a thing. It's not a very interesting thing, but it's a thing.
Already got a blue potion. Don't even need to buy that. Oh, yeah, we're going for Zora. We have not seen that yet.
Yeah, I mean, it's 2 items for Pi, because he hasn't seen the ledge yet. And I don't know when Gamachu gets back to this, if it's something useful. Although, so far, Pod isn't paying out. We're now to the point where it starts getting more interesting.
Yeah, if Pod is empty, that makes Ice Palace a very intriguing choice.
It does. Let's see. We have 3 keys, so Harmless Hellway will have a not small key. Could be map or compass, though. It's just a piece of heart. That lamp, you know, kind of would make me suspicious of the Dark Maze, so we continue on.
Oh, that's not horrible. We'll take that.
Piece of heart. What did you get? I completely missed it looking at the Dark Maze.
We got a sword.
Oh, okay. If Gamma misses that, probably is fine. But definitely a nice advantage to Pi in the combat. Wow, Pod was empty.
Yeah, this will be interesting what Pi is about to do because
he's gonna get that Pod big key and probably, you know what? Since you don't have the hammer, I think you just head into Eastern if that's what was your plan already.
Or Ice Palace.
Okay, Gam's gonna turn that mushroom in. Yeah, that's right. You're right here. I think you go into Eastern. I think you still like that was your plan going in. That was the thing you had left.
Yeah, I'm forgetting to. Oh no, he took the forward one. I thought he forgot to turn in the mushroom. Okay, we get an Eastern check. We have not seen this.
And Gamma not continue on to Zora to get the sword.
So we pretty much have Eastern unchecked, 2 checks on the mountain, and an unknown amount of items available in Ice Palace logically. With no with Samaria, it's quick.
Oh yeah, we can get our 2 things on the mountain.
Here we go, mountain climb.
I mean, worst case, this is nothing, but you get the save and quit spot, so.
Yeah, exactly. I like this play. And I like Pi's play because you're in the area you had not done SaHa, so
yep.
Come on in. The big question is, does Pi go for the pod area before doing mountain or Ice Palace? That's what
whatever. If unless there's a hammer here, the pod area is not anywhere nearby. As much as it's right there.
It's not, but like, there's no dungeon near him. He's gonna have a save regardless.
Yep, that's right.
All right.
So he's got bad choices.
Like,
yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do the one check we can. Well, the one item. Get the one item that we can get, and see the one item that we can't get.
Yeah, got 300 from Gary, so just more money. Okay, we're done to 1 check in Eastern Palace.
That's a big key sitting on the thing we can't get is a big key. The thing we can get is a piece of heart.
Okay, mountain is not the answer. We have a hook shot just sitting in Ice Palace. Is that what the game's telling us?
I mean, sure. I think that maybe where Gamma goes next. Because he's not heading. This is not Eastern.
No, hammer would be much less likely, I think.
No, this is desert.
Okay, not going to be rewarded here. We'll see if he decides to steal the small key. I don't see him doing it.
I don't think I want to say it was something that came up, like with. I think if I already seen the map and compass, I might try it. I'm not sure. I don't like it with.
Oh, there it is. We found the hook shot.
Oh, jeez, it's in Eastern. That's really gross.
All right. Well, we know where Pie is going now. There's pretty much only one choice.
I mean, he's got other bad choices, but like this is the one good choice with the items that's. Yeah.
Exactly. Dark and Light Death Mountain. You still do not have access to Hera,
We
but
cannot get to Hera.
or get that
34
Blicky.
minutes in.
But the good news, like, you're gonna get progression from East Death Mountain unless the game puts another piece in like Ice Palace, like the mirror.
There still could be something in Ice. The mountain has been kind of empty this week. Yeah, and you called it. Gamma is going to go ahead and get that bug net. And not going to steal the key. I don't think, yeah, I agree with that. It could just be, you'd be stealing a key for the potential of a map and a compass. It just, that's a lot of time for for potential, like, absolute awful reward.
Exactly.
Okay, are we going to Ice? Or are we going to Eastern? We're going to Ice.
Oh, this is not good for Gamma.
Well, we don't know. There could still be, like, a hammer could still be here. Mirror could be here. There are things that could be here.
It's true. Statistically, Pi is on the path.
No,
but...
no, this is Zora.
Oh, gonna get a sword. Oh no, my yeah.
Yeah, this will be a sword for Gamma, which will tell him nothing, and they'll still have that same decision.
Unbeatable Eastern, unbeatable Ice. He's done everything else. I'm pretty sure those were his only two choices left.
I believe that is correct. All right, let's see what we got over here in the Paradox Cave. The 2-item cave has a shield and a piece of heart. So you'd already be upset.
Game plays. That chest would be double bombed immediately. Okay, Gamma's making the right
Paradox
choice.
5? Okay, yeah, well, a right play. Like, again, the Ice could still have something. 20 rupees, heart container, bombs. Come on, Paradox. Half magic is nice, and bombs. So we got half magic. Yay!
We got 6 checks left on the mountain, Tracy. 6 checks.
We got some half magic in Paradox Cave, so you know, I guess that's we like half magic.
I guess we have 7 checks left on Death Mountain right now. Oh my gosh, game.
Yeah, so we have Spiral Cave, and then you can do. Oh gosh, yeah, and then you can do. Are we gonna do Spiral Cave?
Yeah, Spiral Cave. Yeah,
with the mirror. Yeah, if you had the mirror, you can maybe do a little bit of different routing. But if you're not, once you go in the Dark World, you're stuck, and then Spiral Cave is gone forever.
Exactly. You pretty much route this into Super Bunny and Hookshot Cave. And,
yep.
And then if it's not there, then Ice Palace.
Oh, there's a hammer.
There it is. All right. That'll give us Tower of Fear access. That gives us Ice Palace.
That is a really inconvenient hammer.
Yeah, and it gives Pi Pod.
So if Gamma follows his hookshot, he's going to get all those things as well. So it turns out, yeah, this looks like it is the correct play. Now, there still could be something in Ice, but now we can actually beat Ice with the hammer. It won't be logical, because no big key.
Yeah, it is a crystal.
So we have logical... So Pod is the only dungeon we have... No, we can logically beat Hera as well. The small key doesn't matter. I mean, it's not shuffled anyway, so...
Yeah, we already got a big key, so Tower of Hera is 100% logic. I still don't see either of them doing basement if that is required for an item, but obviously you loot everything else. Oh, game. Sorry.
Yeah, not ideal. I mean, it could still be a map or a compass in the big chest. In the big key chest. There's that hook shot for Gamachu. He's going to be able to go straight to the mountain with the save and quit.
There's a compass for Pi. Hope for basement is that darn map.
There's item. Big key to Eastern. Okay.
Oh, required double dip. Thanks, game.
Yep. Unless the mirror's somewhere. I don't know. There's a mirror in hammerless ice to go do this to get an Eastern single dip. There we go.
There you go.
Wouldn't that be fun?
I mean, at least you'd be able to combo pod Eastern, I guess.
Yeah. That's nice. Also, probably going to go for the hammer strat so he doesn't have to worry about enraging Moldorm, which is reasonable.
Alright, we have a first dungeon completion for either runner at 39:49.
That feels really late, even with the big key shuffle for this mode.
Oh yeah, you're still open for that 15-ish minute per dungeon clear or less. I mean, truthfully, you've got to have, what, minimum of 5 dungeons done.
And we're going back for the basement.
Well, Pi's taking no chances. I do not see Gamma doing this basement, though. Gamma's already going to feel behind with the late hook shot. Does not know that Pi only beat him there by a couple minutes.
There's that hammer. I mean, if you're either one of these runners, I'm not sure I'm feeling that great about that hammer.
Yeah, no kidding. It's harsh. And Gamma's going to feel a little bit extra bad about it. Went to pod because that big key. Just a quick reminder, everybody. Links are in chat, but give these runners a follow. Putting on a fantastic show. Great runners. While you're at it, give my co-com Tracy a follow. She does a lot of cross keys, and she does a great job at it. And while you're at it as well, we do have Kafka handling all the tracking for us. Greatly appreciate it. Doing the hard work for us today. Thank you.
And don't forget yourself, Lana. I see you doing a cross keys a lot too. Also a great follow.
Aww.
What was there? I didn't even see.
I think it was trash.
Okay. And you know, that is one of the most awful places to get out of if you don't want a death warp. Actually, even if you do want a death warp, and yeah, it's a terrible place if you don't have the mirror. Okay, we're gonna do Spike Cave first. That's a choice. Because you could end with Spike Cave if you do the rest of the mountain. But on the other hand, you've got 2 dungeons you can clear over at Eastern and Pod, and they're two dungeons you want to clear. So
exactly, we have enough available to us that it's like, well, East Dark Death Mountain does not have to have a progression at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is that there are 6 very quick checks.
Yeah, Let's see. Well, what can we do right now? We have Eastern. Are we Desert Big away? Yeah, Desert Big, Thiestown Big away from Go. I kind of would want to do those checks.
I would. Looks like Pi's gonna go do it.
Yeah. Now, Pi having not been in Pod yet, would have made a little more sense in his situation, just because he's got a bunch of new checks, whereas Gamma has done all of Pod and will just go to the back when he does it, when he goes back there. So there's more. He has more knowledge of item locations.
Yeah, it's a very close race right now. Honestly, it's a virtual tie. Unless Pi goes elsewhere and finds Go mode before going to Pod, it's a virtual tie.
Yeah, I mean, if Pi can somehow get a Go mode Pod, that would be pretty significant.
But at this point, with both dungeons beatable, I don't see that happening.
No, we're just missing those 2 big keys, so they could both be here. I don't expect both to be here, but they could.
They could. And you're trying to look for maybe a mirror too. You know where a big key is. You're hoping that it's maybe desert.
Now, Gamma's just going to go and do the stuff without doing... Probably will finish the whole route with Spike Cave.
Yeah, I like Gamma's route. Like you said, you get the TR medallion check, you get Hookshot Cave, you get Super Bunny, and if you really want it, you could do Spike Cave, but I don't even see Gamma doing it.
Hi, Ice Rod that we really, really don't want.
We've got Quake, we've got Samaria. We're just missing a Fire Rod.
Theoretically, we don't need a Fire Rod today, because, for
Turtle Rock, I just meant, like, one of our crystals.
Yeah, it is, and it's just, Turtle Rock being just a regular crystal. Now, sometimes the game just says, you know what? You're gonna need those 5 crystals, not the red ones, to, Now, we have both red crystals, so it would have to be for pendant protection. Oh, it's a nice mirror.
That is a good location for a mirror. However, Pie's gotta feel bad about that.
I mean, the nice thing about that mirror, though, is it makes it easy to combine Pod and Eastern.
It does. Gamma's gonna be able to put it to more use. No save and quit, Spike Cave. You can do it if you want, but maybe Gamma does that now that he's got to go get that big key.
Yeah, that's a good point.
As expected, though.
Did Pie just forget about the big key that's over there?
I think he did.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be Skull, could be fairly inconsequential, could be Ice for Logic.
I mean, no matter what the big key is that's there, it's going to be a big key that you'd rather have than not have.
It is, because there's a decent shot you want it.
Like, even if it's the Swamp big key, which is probably the worst big key in this mode, because it has absolutely zero... It's the only big key that cannot have logical implications beyond what's in that chest. If you find yourself in Swamp to get a crystal, you kind of want to never have to even think about going back in again if you can.
Alright, we'll find out how much Pie's decision will affect him in a second.
Okay, it's the Ice Palace big key. So, logical implications for the Ice big key, doesn't do much else.
Yeah, Gamma gets one extra check over Pie. And Gamma also has more reason to go to Ice Palace before Eastern Pod because, well, you're homeloading both.
You do Eastern Pod first. Because you're going to do Eastern, I mean, 100% you're doing Eastern because it is a red crystal. And you've already cleared out most of Pod, and you're hoping to do Pendants, so I imagine he does both. Except you don't have a flute, so starting at the mountain doesn't work. Now, Pie maybe doesn't do Pod.
Gamma's going to Dark World from...
Yeah, he may not be doing Pod Eastern right now.
It makes sense, though. He's cleared out Hira, go to Eastern Pod.
Is this Swamp Palace? This is Swamp. Maybe Bombos? Do some mirror checks? No, he's just going straight into Swamp.
I mean, not a bad play. Item density is good.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't think Pie's going into Pod either. Because, yeah, you would do that. You'd want to do that first. Or at least... I mean, you don't necessarily do Pod first, but you set it up from the Dark World. I don't think he did that.
I mean, I don't think so. I think at this point, you would do Eastern Pod, and then do Swamp into Pyramid Fairy.
Yeah, well, neither one of them's gonna quite... I mean, Pie could do Swamp into Pyramid Fairy, but I don't think he's doing Pod. Gamma Shoes can't do Swamp into Pyramid Fairy because he didn't decide to do Eastern first. Is instead in Swamp Palace. So let me think about this for a second in terms of... Because we had wanted to do Pendants, but maybe now we're not doing Pendants. So we have Eastern, Hera, Swamp available is 3, Ice Palace is 4. So we could hit go mode with a Fire Rod for Skull Woods, or a flute and the correct medallion for Misery Mire.
Yeah, both runners are reading this out of pedestal. It's not gonna happen in their mind. I mean, they're a desert big from pedestal too.
And a Thieves big.
Oh, Thieves big, right. I guess they're just gambling on not pet at this point.
There's a fire rod. Okay,
Yeah,
so that's
TR.
Skull Woods. That's our 5 crystals.
Is that go? Yeah, that's go mode.
Yeah, because we can do Eastern. We've done Hera. We're doing Swamp, then Skull Woods. Eastern, Hera, Swamp, Skull Woods, Ice is 5.
Yeah, we are.
So that puts Pi in the lead. Because he's already done Eastern, and yeah, he's now never going to touch Pod.
It's going to be close. Eastern's going to be a very quick dungeon for Gamma.
Yes. It will be.
But Swamp will be a very quick dungeon for Pi.
I mean, they're going to spend the same amount of time, give or take execution in Swamp. Because he's got to actually pick up the Fire Rod. But yeah, Gamma's pod play is the thing that's got him behind a little bit.
Good triple.
Yeah, I love watching good players do this fight with the Master Sword. Right? Pi doesn't have silvers. That actually if we don't find another sword, that actually matters.
Well, it's right in the front of Pod 2, which, like you said, we'll never touch.
Pi's never going there.
So this could be huge if there's no other sword along the way.
I mean, it's still a bit of a time difference in, if the Tempered Sword decides to show up, and, depending how deep we have to go in GT to get that Triforce piece. But yeah, but if no swords show up, the advantage Gamma, he's gonna go ahead and just do Ice now.
Yeah, I like this. Definite, I think, advantage to Gamachu at this point. 24 spins on Ganon is a lot of time.
It really is.
I'd say the advantage goes back to Pi slightly if they can manage to find a sword.
Yep.
Of course, that would be Gamma finding it as well. It would just be a smaller gap, but
yeah, the gap is so big though between silverless and silvers on a Master Sword compared to on a Tempered Sword. Of course, Triforce piece routing in GT also gonna come into play here. Gamma not even, yeah, I mean, Pengators is slow, you're not checking that. You probably check the big key chest after you Icebreaker, and the chest in the U room.
Gamma, you have the big key!
Well, some people just like to hit the switch no matter what, I think. I think it is faster with the big key to not hit the switch, but, I mean... I also know some people that will always hit the switch because they'll forget otherwise, which is legit because I have done that a few times. It's like, oh, I can go do Ice. Because I generally don't hit the switch unless I need to, and sometimes I need to and I don't. It happens.
And they're done that.
Don't even need to grab the small key here because we got the big key in the big key chest. Just a compass. We're not going to get any items out of Ice Palace unless there's something good on Cold Stare.
Pi loses some time on Argus as well. Okay, that's crystal number 3 for Pi and SaHa's kids.
Yeah, probably gonna go ahead towards Ice now. I was gonna go ahead and pick up the Pyramid Fairy crystal first. I don't think it really matters too much when you do this. In this case, there have been some seeds that have been Pyramid Fairy Triforce pieces plus Aga, where being able to save and quit to the top of the pyramid would have been nice if you do this first. But here, we're not going to kill Aga, so that's not going to matter.
I don't know why Pie's doing this. You could route this in with going to Ganon.
Yeah, you know, you're right. This is slower. I think the only way you do this early is if you have the Aga kill.
Now, mind you, these seeds tend to have something decent next to the Triforce piece for no reason.
Yeah,
Here's a bow, here's a sword. But
it won't be a bow.
Exactly.
Could be a sword.
It's not going to be a bow. It'll probably be nothing, but...
Probably 20 rupees.
If it is a sword, could be good. But otherwise, you just wait until you're heading up to Ganon.
Yeah. I agree. Like I said, unless you have the Aga kill, that will get you the save and quit to the top of the pyramid. I agree 100%. You do this right before Ganon. And now he'll go to Ice. Meanwhile, Gamma is in Eastern.
Yeah, we're going to find out how much of a difference there is as soon as Gamma finishes Eastern, because Gamma's already done Ice Palace. So this will give us a good idea of how these two runners are comparing to each other, not including the silvers.
Right. Yeah, so they'll probably hit Skullwoods around the same time. We do have to do that, too. Yeah, or not even to bother opening the big chest. I agree with that 100%. Meanwhile, Pie's in a very pink ice palace.
It's pretty, but very bright.
It is pretty. So, of course, the other problem with Pie going ahead or returning in the Pyramid Fairy bomb, it's going to muddy being able to tell exactly where our runners are compared to each other.
A little bit.
Not a huge amount, but yeah.
And Pie's also knocking out full health going into Ganon. Oy.
Gamma, please. You have silvers. It shouldn't be that hard.
Gamma,
you missed like 3 or 4 arrows.
There's people watching, Gamma. Now we have to ask them about that fight, too.
It's like Pie is going to go ahead and get that compass as well. Probably not going to do any other checks in Ice Palace. Also of note, the half magic plus a bottle of blue, I think they both have, will help out. And we do have cape if you want to use it for the Ganon fight.
We do. These runners are both still running on green mail. Hard to say what we'll get from GP, but not...
I mean, I have called a race with the Triforce piece in Hope Room. I have called a race with the Triforce piece on the Torch. And I have called a race with the Triforce piece in Tile Room.
Yeah.
The sad part about the Tile Room one is one of the runners did Tile Room really early, but was still missing progression, so couldn't just leave with the Triforce piece.
Oh my gosh. Alright, solid cold stare fight from Pie.
Yeah, I would call Gamachu a pretty decent lead at this point. Like,
yeah,
even with the Triforce piece turn in from Pie, he still has to get to from whatever, you know. Usually you go to Pod. Actually, we won't have a flute, so usually I guess you would. Okay, Chad, help me out. If you don't have a flute, it's faster to use the portal from south of Link's house, I would assume.
Oh yeah. You're gonna save and quit to Link's house. You're gonna head south, go to Dark World, get your big bomb, and pretty much just make your way to Pyramid Fairy.
So is everybody in chat just guessing 4 for the Triforce piece in GT?
That's true. We usually play a GT Biggie guessing game.
I mean, either everybody wins or everybody loses, right? And, you know, 21 out of 22, everybody loses.
It's true. Feel free to guess, everybody. 1 to 22,
Oh, which portal
I
to
guess.
take was 4. Yeah, we'd already, yeah.
Oh, there's the, okay.
They're talking about the portal. They were answering my question, which we had already answered.
Got you.
But it's good to know that I was right, you know? Yay. Unless we're all just wrong and stupid. I doubt that. I did notice that it was a lot of cross keys players, actually. Shoutouts to the cross keys community. And to everybody that plays that mode.
Excellent mode. Alright, Gamachu's heading up to Ganon's tower. He's gonna be looking for that Triforce piece.
Alright, I mean, if you all want to put numbers in, you can guess the Triforce piece now.
That's true. 1 to 22 if you want. It's up to you. Lynn guesses Nana. Don't know what that means. Okay, now y'all are just trying to confuse me. Anyway, we have Pi heading down to fight a big moth.
Now we'll see if those big keys for those pendants, if any of those are in here. Because like I say, like sometimes you see a path and then the game just says no and just says, no, you have to take this path, which, you know, this seed kind of did.
Okay, Gamachu enters GT as Pi takes down Mothula for crystal number 5.
Alright, Hope Room. Small key. Heart container. Do we continue? We do continue.
Skipping tire room Gamma, please. I'm kidding, that's a smart move. Well, smart move from Gamachu, though, realizing that going from here... Oh, good, magic refill. But as I was trying to say, Gamma was conserving magic, knowing that you're not going to get a magic refill between here and Ganon's, or between here and Ganon himself.
That's right.
So you got to be careful. Get that magic refill, though. Nice and lucky.
Right, not even to grab the small key. Let's hope that doesn't cause trouble.
No kidding. I mean, there's going to be like
Not
3.
the torch.
There's going to be 3 small keys and stuff. So it's
Yeah,
fine.
it'll be fine.
It's fine. As pointed out in chat, Vanilla Compass and GT.
A shovel. Okay, which big key's behind that shovel?
Only 1 small key. Stop us. Okay, game.
Okay, he's got 2. This will be fine. This would be an issue if we were climbing Ganon's tower. But we are not. Actually, now we're fine, regardless. But only Tam can climb Ganon's tower, because Tam is the one person that can get the big key out of the big chest.
Alright, well, if Pi is a rando rusher, won't be too far behind Gamma, but that's Silver's advantage.
If it's in Rando room.
True.
Oh, there's a big key. Usually that's what we get excited over. Big key to Turtle Rock. There's the Triforce piece.
All right, Gamma is heading to Ganon. As soon as he
and Pi taking the exact same route that Gamma did, unless he fools us all and goes full right, which no one does. Either way, he is going to be slower to, or he's not going to be any faster to the Triforce piece. By the way, I have no idea what number that was, so. I can figure it out with a little bit of thought, but.
I think it was 16. I think it was third check in random room.
Yeah, that sounds right. Alright, we're gonna drag that big bomb. And unfortunately for Pi, no swords available, so we're looking, it is looking like that he's gonna have to do the Master Sword Silverless fight. We didn't even get a mail, like, all the safeties. We have cape, we have the blue bottle, and we have and half magic. I mean, those are decent safeties, right?
Sure. For these runners, it's fine. I mean, spoiler week was last week. And that's like, here's your 6 hearts green mail.
Yeah.
Be happy with that tempered sword.
Yeah. Get your fire rod torch glitch because silvers are in a bad spot and lamp is too dumb a place to go to. Yeah, Gamma with that cape ready in case he needs it. I like that. Oh, we're just gonna use it in phase 2. I completely support that as well. And with that blue bottle, he can do that just fine. Probably about to get that last Triforce piece.
Seeing that dot done hasn't been quite done yet, and Pi's looking at that going, please, Gamma, don't be fighting Ganon right now.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what else Pi did that might have put it behind. He did do purple chest. Gamma didn't do the purple chest at all. But in exchange, Gamma did all of Pod, except for Helma.
All right, everybody, you know the drill. Gamma just finished up Ganon. Get your GTs in chat.
And we'll cross that bridge with an official race time of 1:07:28. That's 21 points now for your mom's favorite rando team.
Your mom is very proud of that team.
Oh, absolutely.
And Pi did not get the luck that Gamma had in near Compass Room GT with magic refill, so comes in here with half of his half magic.
I believe he still has that blue bottle, though.
Yeah, should be good there.
So, you know, we'll have to be a little bit more cognizant of that magic if and when he decides to use the cape. If he doesn't use the cape, then you don't even have to think about it.
And a big thank you again to Kefka for handling all the tracking for us today. Greatly appreciated.
Yeah, trackers, always the MVPs of our broadcast. Can't do it without them. And now we get to watch a whole lot of... Well, okay, we're already in phase 2. And Pi, cognizant of that magic situation, has the cape at the ready, but is not using it.
Green male bats, that hurts. Almost any attack from Ganon is just gonna...
Okay, we're through phase 2. And with that bottle refill, we'll have enough magic for phase 3.
Not wanting to take a chance on running out of magic as soon as you're trying to light that lower left torch. Okay, Pi looking like just making this fight look easy.
He's going to conserve magic a little bit by using the lamp. In the meantime, we do have our winner, Gamachu, joining us.
GG's, Gamma.
Hey, thank you, GG's.
So, how nervous were you when Pod had absolutely nothing?
I thought it was over. Once I picked up the hook shot,
Yeah,
I'm like,
that was the next piece of the puzzle, the hook shot in well, not quite Sphere 1 Eastern in logical terms, but yeah.
Yeah, that, I found the lamp in Pyramid Ledge, and I thought, okay, well, Pod has to be the play. I have the bow, I have the lamp, it puts everything minus boss. I got absolutely nothing, and I'm in super panic mode. Like, what I do here? I have nothing but garbage checks. I do Desert, Zora, I work from that, and, Hammerless Ice, Purple Chest, or Eastern. It's like, gosh, I guess I have to do Eastern. Let's do Eastern, because I kind of want to hope there's something in Big Key Chest. And once I got that hook shot, I was just beyond tilted. I was like, just thinking, oh my gosh, is Mike, is Pi a Easter rusher? I know people like to start Eastern early. Yeah, and it led to everything. I don't even think I got a single thing of value in the whole Dark World loop. And Village or Skullwoods and Hype Cave, it's like, I don't think I got anything.
No, we got silvers from Pod.
Yeah, the silvers from Pod did make a bit of a difference. I mean, in the end, I think you had a big enough lead that you didn't need them. But Pi didn't get silvers, and that accounts for some of the difference in your time.
And speaking of Pi, get your GGs in chat as well. Finishing off Ganon.
Official race time of 1:11:54. Very well done on the Master Sword Silverless. Like, who knows where there was another sword? We thought maybe I'll get one in GT, but that didn't happen.
And we do welcome Pi in the booth as well. GG's to you.
Man, what a fun time.
Yeah,
GG's.
Gamma spent a bunch of time in Pod, but you turned in the purple chest, and Gamma got silvers, and I want to say purple chest had absolute trash. So.
Yeah, it was like a 20 or something.
Something like that, yeah. It was looking like you might have been able to get a little bit of a lead by never going into Pod, because you all could have done Pod Eastern together with that mirror. Because it was, we were on the pendant train. Like, okay, just Desert Big Key and Thieves Town Big Key and its go mode, and then you both ended up in Swamp at about the same time. Gamma a little earlier because Pi, you went to Eastern first.
Yeah.
Suddenly the Fire Rod showed up, and I'm just like, is that go mode? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's go mode.
Yep.
Counting the crystals.
You don't need big keys. It's all right.
I gotta ask you, Gamma. What made you go into Swamp before doing like Eastern in particular, and maybe going back? Potty does the pendant situation, but
Once I got the mirror, that changed up my pendants. Prioritizing pendants. because that kind of opened up. Okay, was Mir alone? I had already 3 crystals, and was Pendants. My current situation I only have Pod clearable, no Desert Big Key, and no Desun Big. So let's just do that, and maybe I get something out of it. That way I don't combo Pod and Eastern. And yeah, I fished out the fire round. Like, well, that's go mode. I had to double check. Like, I'm like, do I have that 5 crystals and the red crystals? Yes. Okay, we're good. Okay, don't bother. Just maybe open on the way chest for swords, and that's it.
Yeah, I do have a question for you, Pi. There was a big key on Spec Rock. It turned out we didn't need it. I forget what it was.
Ice Palace.
Was it? It was Ice Palace.
Oh.
Yeah, so there you go. So there's your logical GT access. Did you just completely forget about that, or what happened there?
Yes and no. I figure, like, I had all the big keys I needed for crystals, except for Turtle Rock. And if it's Turtle Rock, I can just check what that is on the way up.
Okay.
Before going into Turtle Rock. So it's just kind of like, I can come back, and I might have to come back, and if I do, it's just an alternate way to get the TR. Plus, all that transferring before I go into Spike Cave would have been just totally bad.
Fair enough. Yeah, and then of course, Pi, you turning in the big bomb early. Did you just want to get the Triforce piece over with?
I figured there could have been an item in there. I wasn't in go mode yet. Like, I could have been a fire rod or a flute for the Meyer area.
Did you do that before Swamp?
I did Swamp. I did Bombos, Swamp, Big Bomb.
Okay. So you did have the fire. Okay.
No, that's when I went straight to ice after the Pyramid Fairy.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, that was just. This is a Eastern Rusher's dream. Just get that hook shot.
Yep.
At early bow, I think in CAC or Link's house actually, and you just don't want to ever touch Eastern. Like, let's see if I can hold out till I get the big key.
Yeah, you want to wait for the big key, of course.
Yep.
But,
and of course,
the game just says no.
Yeah.
Hard required Eastern double dip, from what I could tell. So.
Oh yeah. I think it was.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's a quick question for both of you from Tracy and me. We're discussing about how many actual seeds you two have done
that's right.
before doing this mode.
Well, this is my second one.
This was my first one.
See, that's what I saw y'all discussing. Is this your first and last game? I mean...
This is, I told my teammates already, me and Shireen had to, okay, Fear's going to take one for the team, but who's going to be the other one here? We're kind of going back and forth at it. And I told Shireen, okay, that's fine. You don't have to deal with this. I will. It's only one game. How bad can it be? And yeah, it was okay. Just, I'm good. I think I reached my quota on this mode.
A quota of 1.
Yes.
Nice.
I was not much ahead of you guys. I did 2, and then my race, and that's it.
How about you, Tracy? How many of these have you run?
I have run 0. But I'm also not in league. So I think I won this week.
There you go.
I didn't even play the non-Ganon Hunt version when it was in the ladder. It was one of those I kind of meant to play it, and I just never got around to it. So
yeah, it's kind of one of those. I see a new mode. I want to give it one shot. Just to say that I tried it, and then probably never touch it again. Yeah,
that's fair.
What is that saying for more games? Just like the trick is not to play the game or something like that.
The only winning move is not to play.
Yeah. See, I'm doing
go.
really well. I'm doing very well in that regard.
Sorry, Gamma God.
Oh no! I just been watching a lot of races this week, just seeing how people route and just gonna, picking up. Okay, I'll probably do this.
Oh, so you cheated? You watch other races?
I watch other races and apply them in my race here. I'm sorry.
It has been an interesting week of races. I will once again shout out the race that occurred yesterday at about noon. I think you were in chat for that one. That was again, if you enjoy the chaos of this mode, that one was probably the most chaotic. So, highly recommend people watch it.
That was hard to watch.
Yeah, I know what you mean by hard to watch too. Yeah, I totally know what you mean.
Oh gosh.
I was also kind of hoping for the 8 dungeon special.
No, please. I'm happy with this. This is a dream too. 5 crystals, instead of them being red crystals. So I'll take that. That was what I was hoping for.
Yeah, I checked the overworld at the beginning. I'm like, wait, both red crystals in the light world? Oh man,
I mean,
that's a dream.
I was actually kind of sad when you all picked up the mitts because this is the pendant crystal layout that allows for a mitless seed. And that's what I want to see this week. I want the mitless seed. But the game again just said no.
Oh yeah, I guess you could have.
Because it has to be pendants in red crystal because you need the myths to get to GT.
Yeah.
And the pendants and crystals worked out, but the we still don't know where the big keys to Desert and Thieves are. So
I'm probably on the climb, locked behind the non-existent GT big.
Oh, we did learn the GT big is in the big chest.
Oh, okay.
The Tam after they finished their race yesterday. Had a little fun with some glitchiness and showed us the big chest in GT.
Well then.
So yeah, there you go. The mystery has been solved. All right. Anything else either one of you wants to add before we go ahead and close this out?
No, it was a fun race. Actually, I'm surprised it kept it close, and just another week down.
Yeah, and thanks for doing Restream, for doing commentary, and also tracking. Kefka, Lana, and Tracy, appreciate it. And GG again to you, Pi.
GG.
And good luck in the rest of these weeks.
Yeah, we'll try.
All right, good luck to both of you moving forward.
Thank you.
And Gamma, I'm going to see you in a couple weeks at SG Live, so looking forward to that.
I will be trying my best right there. Take revenge against Draxus. We'll see.
That'll be fun. All right. There are still lots of races tonight. 2 races at 7 o'clock. We have Begone Pot versus We All Should Hover Every Day. That'll be Slumberjack versus Act the Boker. That'll be right here on SpeedGaming Main. Also at 7 o'clock, we have JKLOL versus Amish Paradise. That'll be Leoria versus Zero Nix. At 9 o'clock, we have one more game, the Fendrana Drifters versus Leftovers Restock. That'll be Wall Kicks versus Mystic. And I will shout out the next one because it is at the bright, early hour of 8 a.m. in the morning. Over on Speed Gaming 2, we have the Spec Rock Bonkers versus Potato Pouch, Telmoran versus Brogor, and lots of other matches on the schedule for tomorrow. So keep an eye on your Speed Gaming schedule to see what all gets restreamed tomorrow.
Absolutely. It's been a pleasure as always, Tracy. We gotta call it here though. There is a race coming up imminently though, so everybody enjoy the next race coming up. Tracy, any last words?
Just want to shout out our tracker Kefka again. Trackers are always our MVPs, and we'll see you watching the next race. Have fun, everyone.
Night, everybody.